Alright. Continuing on red. I feel like at this point now, we're going to be here more often than not. Since hotel progression has happened more. I guess if I want to see more. Unless I do some off-stream on blue and catch it up. But nah, it's fine. Alright. Oh yeah, right, because bug off. Maybe. For a sec there, I was like, wait, is it Saturday? No. Was this real? I can't remember. No. Right, they were both fake. I'll go here first. Both fake, I think. Pretty sure the real one has blue. May as well. I think I got that other one plenty. Although it is Sunday, I guess I don't have to get either. But just to give options to hang around. Alright. What can we do with street lamps? The new ones. If you go rusted. Okay. I mean, they're pretty straightforward. There's nothing fancy about them. The rust one's a nice option. I mean, I feel like on a pier that would probably make the most sense. I already know what the mugs look like, so I don't need to see that. May as well do the friendship on all of them here. I should start giving him random stuff so then I get the photo. Okay, well, then I don't need to do this any further. Okay. So if I gift him random stuff, hopefully. I usually just give him garden lanterns because then that doesn't alter the house at all. Do I have one? I do. Okay. Wait, right there. Don't move. Oh, I guess because the artwork. I was like, that shouldn't have hit that. I guess the artwork counts. What? I said don't move. Thank you. What kind of outdoor bench? Oh. Yeah. I should probably let Blue come collect this. The punch dimension. This is very hard to get used to. I'll let that happen. Okay. Just getting the Switch 2 out. Must you sit there? Do they always have to sit there? This happened yesterday. Alright, at least I have more of these now. Oh, there's a birthday on Blue. If I want to get some Nook Miles, I could go see the birthday on Blue. I might do that off stream later. Where are these fossils? Hey Lex, how's it going? Right, you enjoy hanging out with me even if I lose my train of thought? But only when I'm tired, not all the time. I like to think I'm pretty articulate. I'm just bad at names sometimes. Like, the weird games I can't defend myself though. I do enjoy playing weird games. But it makes life interesting. The message is what you were going through at the moment. You ended up remembering. Oh. Well. Sometimes it's hard with text. Once you've known a person for years upon years and you've hung out in real life, it's like text can be a pain in the ass to decipher sometimes. Where haven't I looked? No, the thing that I do is I forget a name or a thing, and then I remember when it doesn't matter. I'll talk about something, and then at 2 o'clock in the morning, suddenly, bam, what I was trying to remember. Oh, it cleaned up the ladder. Stupid Rossetti. Didn't I see a spot? I swear I saw a hustle spot. Okay, well, there it is. The other game I'm playing now, I don't know if you would call it weird. It's cool looking. Maybe the premise is weird. It's like, I'm not 100% sure, but you're like a skateboarder that's like in the underworld and has lost their soul. And so you took a deal with the devil to turn yourself into glass and skateboard through the underworld. And now you have to eat the moon. I guess when I say it out loud, yeah, it does sound a bit weird. But it's cool. Really visually cool looking game. I'm not gonna like where this is. It's gonna be somewhere simple that I overlooked. I bet it's up here. Nope. Then... I'm probably blind. Where is this? Oh. I'm still not used to these tourists. Ah, there it is. Okay. Nice. Don't have to do this any further. Love it when that happens. Come on, last fossil. I don't think I'm ever gonna get this last one. No, I guess not. I'm picking up the piece of art, but also watering the flowers. I think this is the most serious I've taken a game with having two different files since Pokemon. And that was a long time ago. It's the most high effort thing I've done in a while. Alright. You can stand there for a sec. And I got the artwork. I'm just gonna do something real quick. Actually, can I do this? Let's see, what button is it? We're on source 4, so... maybe not. I don't know how to do it. On the receiver, there's like a swap source button and it's just never worked. It's okay. I'm trying to make a match outfit. Gotta have that punch energy. There we go. Not quite 100% matching, but close enough. Just figure if I want these flowers sooner rather than later, I should be doing this. These ones at least are easy. I've already got the pink ones. I just need to get more, enough that I can just duplicate more. What else? Yeah. I guess probably here. I don't think I'll ever spend this much time in a real-life garden. Or put this much effort into a real-life garden. Just ordering what's at the back there. Just with some of these, I just have had no luck getting them to duplicate. So I guess while I needed to collect some art, take advantage. I know this isn't the most exciting thing to watch, but it's not that bad. But almost done. I just got one more patch off to the side to do. Trying to make them move together, but it's not easy. Yeah, over here. How have I not had any luck with these? Is it the... It might be the sand, actually. No, but then again, it is growing. You can see it there. If it were the sand, that wouldn't have grown. I found it weird too that flowers grow, but they do. Because it's not technically sand. I guess I could move them and just... I might move them. I have more space now. But if it wasn't working, that wouldn't be there. I think genuinely I've just gotten that unlucky with them. Alright, your job here is done, pretty sure. Yeah, I'm gonna move these. Just in case it actually matters. I don't think it does, but... just in case. I hope it doesn't undo the watering. That would suck. I mean, would it? I might look this up. I could always put it off till tomorrow. Let me see. I don't know. I can't seem to find a definitive answer on this. Alright, screw it. We'll just do it anyway. It's not like it's urgent. I got just the spot. You're tired, you're cooked, and then you have to wash dishes, but you're tired. Wait, like, you cooked now at this hour? Initially, I read that as I'm cooked. Like, I don't know why. I guess it still makes sense, yeah, your energy being cooked. Whoops. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's gonna get in the way, isn't it? I guess it depends how gnarly the dishes are. If it's something where it's like minor stains, then it can wait. If it's something where it's not exactly minor, it might start to smell. Probably not a good idea to leave it. Especially if bugs are a thing. That's how you get ants. I might move this rock then. Guess now I don't have to worry about this getting in the way. Also didn't seem to remove the watering. Oh, I forgot about the roses, but I guess it don't matter that much. Unfortunately, you don't live alone. It's not your choice. Not your choice to not do it, or not your choice to do it. Should count for me watering it on top of it being already watered. Living with someone with OCD. Ah. Fair enough. But like genuine OCD or just like you're using it facetiously? No, she actually has it. Ah, yeah. Then probably best to just do it. Saves a headache. So it's not really about living alone. It's more about living with someone that won't cut you some slack. And be like, yeah. I mean, what if you were to wake up before them and then do it in the morning or something? I mean, I'd honestly prefer that over someone that doesn't do the dishes, no matter what, and avoids work. I did live with someone like that, that when it came to housework, they did everything to avoid lending a hand. That's more energy than you want to put in. What's more energy, doing it now or getting up in the morning? This is going to be an interesting answer for me. It's like doing it now as a tired, sleep-deprived night owl, or getting up early. I've said this plenty of times with me. I can stay up as long as I want, but if the moment I have to get up really early, fuck that. I used to have to do it for work. It was not good. That's why I moved to the city. As a night owl that has to be up at 6 a.m. for work, you struggle. I know the feeling. That used to be me. Used to get up probably at like 5:30 to get into the office at 9. It's not great. Turns out flexible schedules not mean what you think it does. Yeah, it means exactly what I think it does. I have a flexible schedule. It sounds like you don't. That's more of a... fuck, I forget what it's called. Rotating schedule. Jeez. It's like my dad, he used to work at the casino. 6 months he would work the dead man's shift, and the other 6 months he wouldn't. And I wouldn't call that flexible. I have a flexible schedule. I can be like, hey, I'm gonna wrap up work early because I'm gonna work more tomorrow, or something like that. Or if I want to take a personal day, I can. If I'm like, hey, I know it's only 3 p.m., but my brain is gone, then I'll stop work, and then the next day I'll put more effort in. Like, I'll work a couple more hours. That's a flexible schedule, where outcome matters more than time. So I know what a flexible schedule means. Because I genuinely have one, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. Keeps me happy. Schedule is pretty consistent. Flexible schedule for you is you want to work 3 to 10, heard can make it happen. Okay, that's nice. That's, yeah, flexible shift scheduling. Hey, Van, how's it going? Oh, that's what a flexible schedule would be. That's not what you have. Oh, well, yes, that would be. Yeah, then you don't have flexible schedule. I do. I know not every industry can have it. I get it. I mean, pretty much as long as I don't take advantage of it too much, as in, you know, obviously make it that I'm doing this every day. This is a not everyday occurrence. It's once every now and then. You know, sometimes people are like, especially when I was younger, okay. I know I sound like an old man saying when I was younger, but it's true. In my 20s, when it still went out, and there was something that my friends wanted to go to, they'd be like, call in sick. I'm like, I don't need to call in sick. I'll just be like, hey, I want to go to this concert. I want to go do this thing tomorrow. I'm just going to move my work around it. Or take a personal day. It's like, I didn't have to lie. Just tell the truth. Yes, I am taking a day off to go to a concert. Yes, I am taking a day off to play a video game that I've been looking forward to that's releasing. No lie necessary. But I guess the other thing I should say about me is, like, I'm currently not working until February, so I haven't been working since December. It's an extended vacation, and that's because I don't take days off, really. So I guess maybe that's what made that sort of thing excusable, is like the times that I did take a day off to be like, hey, I'm going to take a day off to play a game that released. They were more than happy to give me that day off because I need to take days off. So, I don't know. We went fishing today, too cold to catch anything. Got some seeds, haven't been able to find some. Wait. You found seeds you weren't able to find prior, and Hot Wheels, right? You collect Hot Wheels. That's cool. I haven't seen Hot Wheels since I was a teenager or younger. We got Hot Wheels for Christmas one year. Played with the racetrack for a couple of hours and then started using the racetrack as swords. Sounding a bit judgy that. No, I promise you, I'm not. I wouldn't judge such a thing. People can be nerdy with whatever they want, and that's good. Because then they're more likely to understand me, because I'm nerdy with a bunch of stuff too. I don't like it when people try to take away someone else's happiness just because they don't understand what that person's into. I've gotten it practically my whole life. I would never do it to someone else. So I apologize if it sounded judgy, but, you know, my tone of voice sometimes. Just messing with me. Put an emoji or something at the end of it. Shit. I felt bad. That's one of those things that I genuinely would hate if I did that to someone. You know, I used to get judged for having a fucking computer. Imagine that. Jeez. Like, how stupid does that sound? Just for having a computer. For spending more than an hour on a computer. Alright, I think it's time for this. We've had technology insane. Yeah. God, I had a teacher that said the internet was a fad and wouldn't last. You're never going to you're never going to have a calculator in your pocket all the time. So you better learn how to do these equations. It's like, oh no, I don't have a calculator in my pocket. I literally have the Library of Alexandria. Like, I have every bit of human knowledge in my pocket. I have something better than a fucking calculator. Oh god. That's funny. Oh, I gotta close the gate, right? I had the gate open. Okay. What else? Well, let's throw up some old, like, what things I got judged for that are stupid in hindsight. Having a computer, using a computer for an extended amount of time, learning Photoshop because apparently that was just a game, playing games like Harvest Moon, which I guess moves into Stardew Valley eventually, playing Pokemon, both for it being nerdy and it being satanic. Like, I got both. Oh my god, the Pokemon one's hilarious. In hindsight, is like I got it on both sides. What else? The Pokemon being satanic one was specifically because of Kadabra, because it had a star on its head and pentagram, I guess. I don't know. Exquisite room. That just looks Japanese frozen room. You were told you had no friends because they were all online. Meanwhile, they're some of the longest friendships you had. Yeah, I don't like the idea of framing things of just because you don't know someone in a certain way, then that doesn't make them a friend. It's the same concept as family. It's like friendships and family are what you make them. There's fuck any bullshit structure around that. Alright, I'll do the exquisite room. I never got that because I had friends in real life, but I would say my friendships have leaned more towards online than anything else. What am I mean, this just looks Japanese to me. This is very, well, maybe not necessarily Japanese, but Southeast Asian at the very least. Okay. One of your old online friends just got out of prison. I've had plenty of friends that have been to prison. Well, school friends. I wouldn't say they were long-time friends, but... yeah. That would be a real... this would be a real weird one to do. I'm trying to do something that's not square, you know? Perfectly square. What else? I'm forgetting plenty others. Well, what did it say? Fancy room? I'm not gonna make it Japanese stuff. It said fancy pants, so we'll do fancy pants. Get a window. On. That. Again, the options are not that great. Sure. Fancy enough. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. In conclusion, I wouldn't judge people on the things that they enjoy and find joy in. They, and as it has been a couple times tonight, text is hard to decipher at times. Especially when you can't connect the voice to the text and figure out the tone that that person might be using. I'm sure if I would have played Animal Crossing in the earlier days, I would have been judged for that too. I definitely got judged for Stardew. Well, Harvest Moon anyway. Sorry, it's okay. Alright, since you said orange juice. Oh, by the way, I got Tangy to move into blue, so whenever you kick someone to the curb, you can pick up Tangy. Wait, what? Have you really washed dishes if you're not soaked? What? What do you mean? Oh, I get it. No, you need to get wet yourself. Yeah, no. I mean, my first job was a kitchen hand at a fast food restaurant. Why am I putting carpet in the kitchen? And washing the dishes just get completely soaked. So... I misread the sentence. I was confused. I was like, what? Have you really washed dishes if you're not soaked? I'm like, oh no, wait. I see. How can you have washed dishes if you're perfectly dry? Another way to phrase it. Sounds like one of those philosopher kind of things to say. Confucius says, how you wash dishes if shirt's dry. This is what I was looking for. Did I put that there? No, maybe I might do it this way. Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not tired, just brain... It's warm here. It might be that. It's actually rather warm. I do this every time. I put this piece of furniture and then I don't actually have the big TV. And so I have to put a tiny one. Do they even make TVs this small anymore? I feel like the smallest TV I've seen lately has been 30 inches. I don't think they even make... Well, maybe they do for monitors. Yes. A 22-inch TV. I'm gonna see what the smallest available is in a sec. At one of the retailers here in Australia. Where the hell is this TV? There it is. 20. It's not even 22. 20 inches. Like the VCR one. I don't think I've seen that before. Alright, let's... One of the retailers where people go for TVs. TV home theater. TV finder. Let's see. So, on their scale, right, it goes 90 and above, 80 to 89, 70 to 79, 60 to 69, 50 to 59, and then below 50. Below 50 is the smallest. So, small is considered 50, which is wild. And I wouldn't say this is exactly fancy. This is just... Okay, anyway. By screen size. Oh, no, there you go. 22. No, there is 20. There's 22, not 20. Or is there? Hang on. I'm only seeing 32. 27, 24. The smallest I can find is 24. But the category lists 22, but I don't see any 22 inches in stock. 24 is the smallest. TVs are just so much cheaper than they used to be. I've kind of been due to replace mine. Mine's 10, maybe 12 years old at this point. I can see dead pixels. You can see patches on the screen where it's not as bright. I don't know. Walnut has 19-inch. That's crazy that that's still around. I hate this thing. I don't know why. Like, I wonder if this is an actual product. There is a light that genuinely looks like this one. Sure. Put a speaker. I get the feeling this is a translation thing, and this was supposed to be some kind of Japanese theme room. Because everything they're pushing you towards is Japanese. Makes sense if you live in, like, a small camper. Yeah, I mean, maybe that might be it. Maybe... I don't know if we... I mean, there are caravan parks here, but I don't think it's nearly as common, or... Maybe common's the wrong word to use here. But... It's not easy to find a caravan park here. Maybe in other states they might be more common. I don't know. It might just be my state here. I think I'm out of touch on this sort of thing. Which is ironic because growing up, I had the tiniest of TVs. I've talked about the bed. Do you want to see the bedroom I had as a kid with my brother? I'll show you the bedroom I had as a kid with my brother. No. I'll build our childhood bedroom, alright? You ready? I can actually do it too. Pretty sure. Actually, not technically true. It's more... What's the other one? Yeah, more like that. Okay, and then... If we get simple panels... Maybe a little bit more back. That was our bedroom. Yeah, this was our bedroom. It was walk in, bed, bed. We both couldn't get out of bed at the same time. It would be like one would have to get out and wait for the other. And I mean, this was more like this. I think it was more snug than that. Just basically no room. It was just, yeah, sleep. At least we had a tiny TV. I don't know how small that would have... It was not that big. The TV was way smaller than that. I don't know, maybe like 8 inches? If I was... No, probably more. Maybe 9. Definitely not double digits. Anyway. That was certainly a bedroom. I need to change that song. This one. There we go. Different vibe. Do I have KK metal? I don't know, maybe. Ha! I have KK rock. Not on this island. This song has a hype man like Little John from Little John and the East Side Boys. That's what that thing in the middle is. Yeah! What? Alright, that's probably an old reference at this point. Has he made music anytime recent? I don't think he has. I actually saw them in concert. They were pretty good. Along with 50. I could feel my insides vibrate from the bass. You have a 43-inch TV. I think in my bedroom I have 50 and in the living room 55. Something like that. Don't know how big yours are. Well, without knowing the inch size, you can probably say if they're big or small, right? Are they small? Would you consider them small? Could you lift it up by yourself? I guess that's the measure. If you can't lift it up by yourself, you have a big TV. The one in the living room is 60-something. Man. I've been tempted to upgrade to like a 60. Or something bigger. See, if the state of things wasn't so horrible with AI and the Steam machine didn't get delayed, which they haven't said it's been delayed in all fairness, but I'm convinced it has been. There's no way they're releasing that thing anytime soon. I would have gotten a Steam machine for the living room, and then I probably would have upgraded the TV. The 65 Samsung is $329. That's cheap. Yeah, like, you can get a 65-inch TV very reasonably priced nowadays. It won't even cost you $1,000. It's not as much of a flex as it used to be having a big TV. Living room is Roku. I just use Apple TV. And then I have my media server set up. But it would be nice to attach a Steam machine in there. So then I can play games on the TV from my Steam library. I mean, I could do it if I hooked up the Steam Deck, but the visuals just wouldn't be that great. Or my Ally. Yeah! Come on. It's a hype, man. They're pretty brand loyal. Had to be a Samsung. Samsung's decent. They do good panels. I got Sony TVs generally because of, I guess, older ones when it came to gaming consoles, they were a little better. It's just because of that stupid lag that TVs introduce. But most modern TVs, they deal with that a lot better. It's not nearly as big as of a problem as it used to be. About to scare the shit out of you, better warn someone. I'm not... Well, the warning is when the song does it. Also, the mic does a good job at lowering the volume. I think, I hope. Right? It should be doing an okay job. I won't do it this time. There's actually a remix of the song with Ice Cube, and it's pretty decent. I'd play it, but, you know, probably DMCA. I don't know what else to put here. Smallest TV category on Best Buy. This 32 and under. Damn. I guess I can put a floating... Where's that kitchen island thing? I would love a kitchen island. Oh, but then this... It doesn't matter. They have 2 stoves. It's ultra deluxe. Okay. It's extra fancy. This is a hotel room. Where will they sleep? On the couch. Also, not every single hotel room has to be where you sleep. It could be one of those places where you take your kids to. Like, I made a kids room where it's just, yeah, parents take their children into that room and they sit down and the kids play. It's a facility room. You've never heard of that before? A facility room? Really? I've definitely heard of a... Well, like where someone gives a conference. A room where... It's not where someone stays. It's more where... It's like a public room. You know what I mean? But fine, if you want to... Yeah, this is where they sleep. I did it. You're welcome. That doesn't look like a very comfortable bed, but it's an actual bed. I guess we could do this. Alright, there. There you go. No, no, no. Now it's actually proper. See? It's one of these twin share rooms. I did it. I fixed it. Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry? Where's the clock? There we go, that's what I was looking for. This is actually this is pretty cool. I already like this. I mean, the only thing it doesn't have bathroom, which it's communal. It's communal. They have to go outside. Every room has this. Who needs to piss? Nobody needs to piss and shower. Sink. They go in the sink. Ugh. No. Just communal. There's down the hall there's a communal one. Again, I just wish there was more to hang on the wall, you know? It needs like pop culture sort of stuff. Outside in the bushes. Jeez. I'll tell you, that's one nice thing about being a guy is in an emergency. It's not that much of a problem. Wait, no sink pissing occurred. Not sure why you had a flashback to the thing you flashed back to. What are you talking about? What did you flash back to? Do I want to know? That one's probably a little random, just being there on its own. You'll piss everywhere anyway. Yeah. But I guess not to be gross, but I know of girls that do the same thing as well. Not very classy, but yeah. We've been in situations where yeah, they don't care. When you gotta go, you gotta go. It's not bad, but it's not shareable, please. Well, that's up to you. We've talked about a whole bunch of stuff here. That a hook up your head, including CPS. Okay. Well, then that's more of a, if it's too personal, don't worry about it. But we've talked about a variety of topics here. Some of them being stuff like whether or not, and I'll say this out loud, I don't care. I know it's not right for Animal Crossing content, but at the same time, this is an adult channel. At least, yeah, it's not for kids. But you know, playing Mario for some reason, the conversation went down the path of whether or not the toads have mushroom dicks. And I'll leave it at that. That's wild. That's not even the wildest one. There was a conversation I was not part of, that I did not start, that somehow started and kept going for a little while, that I had no input on because I refused to engage. It was just... I don't even remember how it started. I think just someone, I guess, made an observation about themselves. But anyway, what constitutes a cute vagina? And that was the entire conversation. And I was not part of that. I stayed clear of that one. Anyway, so this room looks nice. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, this is not a family-friendly stream, nor does it aspire to be. And everything just comes down to whether or not you think something is TMI or you don't want to share personal stuff, which is fine. I'm not trying to sway it either way. Yeah, that looks good. And then, I mean, people I play games with, like my friend Kat, playing... God, what was it? I think it was Terraria. But just out of nowhere, she was like, my tits are sweaty. And I just went back to doing whatever the fuck I was doing in-game. That's real. Yeah, I mean, look. If I'm allowed to talk about my balls being itchy, and I'm not gonna do a double standard and be like, don't overshare. It's just, yeah, it's a real thing. It just kind of took me by surprise, just out of nowhere. Too many cabinets? I think too many cabinets. I mean... How about that? That's better. But flip them. You're not sure they fit. I mean, I see it as like... Okay, hang on. What if that would have faced... I guess it... Huh. Otherwise that wall would be kind of empty. I'm not sure what to put there. I guess what I could do... Assuming I have one. Doesn't have that. You know which one I'm talking about? It's metallic. It's like one of those industrial benches that are usually in kitchens. No. It looks like this, but it's metallic. Unfortunately, I haven't progressed Happy Home enough to kind of do more with it. I mean, I guess in the meantime, even though it doesn't make sense, can do that instead. They're in the low function gang here. I call it the midnight brain. Yeah, this is what I meant. And then do this instead, get rid of this. Then I guess it seems a little less random. On AM brain. Oh, as long as the midnight threshold is crossed, it's always the midnight brain. For me, it's around midnight. That's when my skill in games just goes out. This feels empty. I don't know what else I can do. You like the island, now it's naked. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to figure out what to place here now. I get ya. Plant in the middle? I mean, I got the planter on the left. I mean, no, but that makes no sense. Putting that in the kitchen, that's stupid. That's unhygienic. Okay, hang on, I got an idea. I'm cooking. How about that? Which I guess this should be offset by half. There we go. Put that way. Alright, that looks good. Then this is actually a kitchen. Then I'm gonna make one change. Assuming I have one. Hopefully I do. Not that, but that's a good idea. The steam will be bad for the billiards table. See, now it clips into this. Do we have to think of such details? But I guess since I've moved that, then hold on. I mean, they're a hotel. They'll just replace it. Yeah, that's better. Although now... now these are out of place. No, see, now these go. That looks better now. But I don't know, a hotel without cabinets is just weird. Okay, they don't have to be kitchen cabinets. Like, what if I just did this? That's not bad. I don't think that's a bad idea. I think, yeah, for storage. You want storage in a hotel room. And it could be billiard-related stuff or pool table-related stuff. I like that. This layout makes you think of an Airbnb stayed in with your ex that had an outdoor shower. And you didn't read the listing very well, but of the 5 days you stayed together, you think you showered once. You got a bad skin reaction from whatever the people used to clean their sheets. Jeez. You want to clarify you shower nightly? He. I'll have you know I'm clean as a whistle, okay? Everything is above board in that department. I really like this room. I don't know, there's something about it that just... We've taken, I guess, compared to the Happy Home stuff that is on a time limit, I've taken my time with this one. I haven't even done lighting at all. It was light switch. What kind of lighting do I want? Not really a whole lot of options. But I mean, this is very typical of a pool table. At the very least, that's gonna happen. Yeah, I always feel about asymmetric lighting being weird, but maybe if we do that, then it seems less asymmetrical. I think that's good enough. And then maybe go with this for kitchen light. There we go. The longest you'll go is 26 hours because you went out the night before and showered before going out, but it didn't get dirty enough to take another shower when you came back. Which might be controversial, but you showered less than 6 hours prior. Okay, but I mean, I feel like women can get away with not showering on average more than men. I know in general that's a thing. It's just a BO thing. Some people do it for their hair as well. They'll not shower as often. Women have BO. Oh, I know. No, I know this. I'm just saying, this is in general. It's not that they don't. It's just if you were to say who would be able to get away with it, if anyone. No, I've been to gaming conventions. BO can come from anywhere and anyone. The only thing is I don't know where to take the photo from. I guess here, that's not bad. Wait, why did she do that? She's shocked at my smoking. Alright, anyway. How dare you be cocky. I like the direction I took this instead of what it was trying to get me to do. It said fancy room. I think we accomplished that. Man, I think everything about it, it's not just the layout, it's also the color palettes. The color palettes it's very, I mean, if you don't know, like my job involves design, and I did study graphic design and stuff, but it's so color coordinated. Yeah, alright, we're done. I like this room a lot. Wait, don't turn that off. Yeah, the orange juice room, I guess. This is what happens when I take my time. Some stinky guy just walked past you at work today and you were mortified. When I used to take public transport on the route, one of the routes that I had to take, there was this guy on there that, man, just, I felt bad for the guy because it's probably a condition. I don't think it was a hygiene thing. I think the guy just genuinely had a condition. But the moment he would get on, people, and he went to sit down, people would move away slowly but surely. You had to be at least 2-3 seats away from him. Poor guy, but at the same time, it's like, man, there's got to be something you can do. I guess I can't really relate when it comes to conventions because the ones here in Australia, they're relatively small compared to overseas. We have large conventions, but not, I don't think they're of the same level. At least when it comes to the nerdy ones. But then again, I haven't been to very many, so... Just the ones I have been to, yeah, it's a thing. Luxury room, alright, let's do luxury. Alright, so this is going to be a large room. Yours are too far away, yeah. I think here it's more of a price thing. It's like, I'm not paying that much for a convention. Alright, so this is the big deluxe room. Why are the wallpaper offerings so few? You can make the room sizes? Yeah. I guess that might come from a place of not playing Happy Home. Or just assuming you couldn't here. And I guess these are good suggestions. What is that kitchen island? Look at that kitchen island. It's a fancy kitchen island. This has got to be new, right? Like, I don't think I've seen these before. I have never seen these before. What the? Look at this! Look at... Okay. Well, I think I picked a good theme. Ice pail. Oh, this is the deluxe room. Glass pitcher. Look at this stuff. Unless I've never seen this before. Marble wall clock. Yeah, this is all extremely fancy. What do I match this with? Probably this, I guess. Nightburn said bath time. So you can lay down and be lurking. All good. Alright, have a good night, Lex. Just so you know, I'm going to go be clean. Like I said, I am clean. Sorry. That's just funny, the clarification is like, just to be clear. I'll have you know I shower daily. See, now I feel like I need to swap this. Hang on. But then do that one is the fancy one, so it's like inverted. Yeah, like that. Oh, yeah, kind of. Well, I guess it's good that it alters it. Yeah, that's better. Alright, so this room's gotta have everything. Yours suck compared to yours, what, room designs? Nah. I don't think you're giving yourself enough credit. There we go. I mean, I wish there was a... maybe there is, hold on. Could maybe do something like this. Where it's like cobblestone. I don't think I'll perfectly match the color, but... No as in, no, this looks bad, or no as in, you don't give yourself enough credit, no? Nah, that doesn't look good. I don't have an alternative. Oh, yeah, maybe I do. We could do this and pretend. No, they don't have white. Just messing around. I mean, maybe even just like the... Yeah, no, that's better. I think just like that's fine. The wood, it just throws the whole thing off. Okay, and then this becomes the other one. That works. No. What's the old saying? Like, comparison is the thief of joy or something like that. Where's the kitchen stuff? Okay, I mean, I'll probably use that. Just go with white. It just feels too... Well, I guess with rugs will help, but... Okay. This has to have everything. Guess it's time you bought Happy Home. I mean, the Happy Home is just a more expanded version of this. It's fun. I guess the other thing is Happy Home doesn't restrict you either. You can do as many as you want per day, whereas in this is just 2. I mean, as nice as this thing is, it just eats up a lot of space. For something that's very deluxe, it's not very deluxe. $25, bro. I see you're not familiar with Nintendo pricing. I see you're not familiar with Nintendo pricing. Okay, I'm gonna go for a kitchen this way. Too spoiled by Warframe where all the updates are free. But doesn't Warframe try to sell you other stuff though on the side? I mean, that's the business model of those games. Like, yes, the updates are free, but then they try to sell you a bunch of other stuff. Free to play, pay to look good, but I can look good without paying extra. That's the thing. It's one of those things that the reason those games make the money they make is the majority of people, they're going to be like, they don't care. But then there's going to be a select few where it's just, or kids, particularly with kids. It's just like, that's not an option. Something that I heard that was wild amongst some of my younger relatives is like, they wanted to get money to purchase skins because kids were making fun of them for not having skins. And, you know, they rely on that shit, basically. Like, they don't force you to pay, but there's a social pressure amongst some demographics. Or there's the case of the whale, where it's like a gambling tendency. It's like, you know, casinos don't force you to gamble, but for some people, it's just, they can't help it. I don't know. This is just my take. It's got nothing to do with the enjoyment of the game. I'm sure the game's fun, and all those other kind of games. I just don't like anything where one way or another something is taken away from you in order to sell you something later. Whether or not it's optional, if that makes sense. I like paying for something and then I have access to everything and there's no, like, gotcha. You know what I mean? Like, imagine Animal Crossing gave you free furniture, but then you had to buy the battle pass to get more furniture. I wouldn't play Animal Crossing if it was like that. Or the best looking furniture was like behind paying a certain amount. Where the fuck is the fridge? Warframe is 10 out of 10, would recommend. Yeah, I mean, it's not my kind of game. For 2 reasons. But I'm sure it's fun. Reason number 1, live service. Reason number 2, it's a looter shooter kind of game. So I get bored of those very quickly. But it's popular. I'm sure there's a reason it is popular. I don't know why I'm putting that there. Just, yeah, not my thing. The only kind of game that I play that's kind of loot-based is stuff like Path of Exile. I was about to say Diablo, but I don't play Diablo anymore. I used to. Big ass bathroom and there's no bed. Excuse me? What do you call this? I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the sound of you being wrong. What's that? The criticism was so deafening I couldn't hear you. I'm just being an ass. I have to go, my planet needs me. I think as it stands right now, what is missing? Other than chairs to sit at this table. I think it has the barest... Maybe storage. Storage is the other thing. Your dignity. That's actually kind of... You know what? Yes, that. They're very fancy here. Look at that. Although, hold on. No. The microwave? Actually, yeah. Microwave would work there. It's missing rug, but that's not an essential. Like, you as a human can survive without a rug. In a house. As far... You know those memes that they show of single guy that moves into a house? And it's just a mattress on the floor and a TV and a console? It's a step above that, at least. I feel like... Well, this is bad for short people. I might adjust it. I'm gonna put more... Hang on. I can't relate. Do they have anything that I could use as like a... See, why can't there be a table that's like this, but not 2x2? This is great for short people, so all the villagers. Alright, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. There we go. Just grab that stool. It'll be fine. Okay, I mean, that's pretty close, I'd say. The bears are big. Yeah, see, there are some villages that this would be fine for. Okay, hold on. Do that here. I'll fix it. It's okay. Maybe. What is this music? On that note, that's your cue to shower. Oh, you gotta wash all that guilt off you for criticizing my design. Saying it didn't consider beds. I don't like that it's uneven, but, yeah, that's fine. Very churchy, a little bit, yeah. Okay. We'll take our time with this one. I'll add some color to it. suppose one way I could unchurchify it is the wall type. But the problem is there isn't anything that I would consider... Uh-oh, I fucked up. There. It just doesn't look right. Why is that an option? Yeah, I mean, there's nothing really. But this one comes in different colors. I'm surprised they're not here. What about the floor? Yeah, that's a bit better. Yeah, that's a bit better. Okay, so we gotta counteract the fact that this is extremely one-tone. Oh, this is gonna be tricky. Well, this is what I don't like about these rugs, is this. The 5x5s, they're kind of annoying. And then there's not enough good 4x4s. But then this gives a whole different vibe to it. If there's one critique I have of this patch is that they could have added more. Floor and wall stuff. I feel like we lack floor and wall stuff. Well, that's a start. But I've done orange, so I guess blue. What's the 3x3? Okay, hang on. I need to work this now. Trying to remember the layout I had going that was like a very enclosed layout for this. Seeing how I can eat up very little space, but then have the same thing. It's this big vanity, that's the problem. It does look nice, but it's eating a lot of space. Figure it out. Give me a sec. Something will work. What if we... Yeah, but then this just seems tiny. Alright, hold on. I'm moving these things out. I'm gonna do a bedroom first, and then I'll work backwards. Once I'm happy with this, then I'll figure out where the rest goes. I need to change this music. This is driving me crazy. There we go. That's better. So I guess this is how I'm gonna get color. Let's see what's available. Alright, I guess blue. So these should... Okay, these should be identical. Oh, this can change too. Okay, we might be onto something now. Yeah, maybe we can avoid going the entire white route. Everything. You decided to take a shower in the dark, so there was a bright white light. You got out of the shower and saw that I was swatching. Yeah, I'm messing around with color. It's just... I'm trying to get this to look less... But I guess that's the problem. When you go marble, you're kind of... I don't know, I feel like you're pigeonholed at that point. I might be overthinking it. Alright, anyway, I'll just keep going. Why shower in the dark? Good question. I'm sure it has an answer. You're light sensitive. Okay, see that's enough. I'm being extremely indecisive here. I should employ what I did in Happy Home, which is just time limit. Your mom calls you vampire girl for a reason. The darkness. Well, I suppose there's other nocturnal creatures that could be worse to be named after. I think the problem with what I want here is that it requires more space. So what I think I need to do, and this is the solution, I figured it out. This will be the lounge room here, and then literally everything else is private quarters. And then it'll work. Yeah, there we go. It's a hotel room at the end of the day, like, this can be open like this. That was the problem, I was trying to do too much. So now this can come back on. Which will give the kitchen more room. Well, I guess this is valid. Yeah, I'm just figuring this all out. Okay, there we go. Alright, I think I got it. After much indecision, I think I'm onto it now. Maybe just like that. Oh, but then this... it's fine. Okay. I just needed to figure out the details of this. Oh, the wood one's not available. There's a wooden one that matches this. I don't want the same tile in here, but there's no 1x1. I need a 1x1. 3x2. Is that good enough? Nah. Oh no, there it is. Okay, I'm wrong. I guess we can do this. Alright. Should have done this first. I wish there was just a select rugs option. Oh my god. Alright. It's fine. Why? What is this placement? Alright. Yeah, so it's different. I mean... Now I guess there's nothing wrong with doing this. Told you I'd get there in the end, ultimately. And now I have to change something again. Maybe. Why is this wall padded now at the back? Now this doesn't make sense. I can do... something. That's a little better. Okay. Okay, it's getting there, slowly. I think I'm gonna keep this on white. Maybe that. Nah, white's fine. Okay. Oh, you're kidding. Can't fit. It's like off by half a unit. I guess there's nothing wrong with putting it here. It still works. Okay, one of those... Where are they? Yeah, fragrance. Deluxe. Okay. The problem is there's not enough behind. I'm not going to use this table. I think it's a little awkward. It's too big. Might even reorganize this now that there's a little more space. Do I have any sleeping habits I want to share? I don't know. I'm not sure I have any that are interesting. I do watch stuff before bed, but other than that... I guess I have to pick whether or not I want a deluxe kitchen. You know what? That could work too. Do that instead. I don't sleep. You got me. Oh, right. Because this wall's there. Where are the plants? Ultimately, I end up going... Yeah, there we go. Alright, I mean, that's a slightly better kitchen. Well... Hold on. It has more appliances, that's for sure. Toaster. I've taken way too long on this one. They became indecisive. I guess at that point I may as well take it into that line. This kind of music feels like there's a fashion show or something. The fabric. Oh, it doesn't change the stool legs. I guess that's fine. And it's finally going somewhere after ages of not going anywhere. Just thinking how to move around. Is it really that bad if it's like that? Maybe not. It just offers more room this way. Okay, rug. Very, very light on choice here. Yeah, that's fine. That works. Okay. Sandwiches with the little toothpick, they're fancy. There's the water. I'll get rid of the ice bucket. Alright, we're getting there. Slowly but surely. Yeah, that looks about right. Alright, as always. This has to go somewhere. Maybe there. That works. Okay. Are these the same size? Sort of. This is one thing I found annoying with the art is I wanted 2 frames the same size, but it's hard to do that. Like they're all kinda... Okay, that's the closest. Okay, now I genuinely ask the question, what am I missing? Kitchen, living room, bedroom. Shower, bathroom, bathtub. What's missing? As I go do more things. Air conditioning, that's what's missing. Plants here and there. There's still more I can do with that. Damn it, I shouldn't have taken the plant away. I can bring it back, cool. Gotta put your umbrellas in a stand. That's what fancy people do. Umbrella stand. Alright, we need a little table. A 1x1. Antique mini table, that's the one. Nah, that'll do like that. Boots and cats. Who put this chainsaw? Fancy people have chainsaws. Ah, yeah, see that, but I guess it's not there. Doesn't go in here. Although, it doesn't really need anything that does it. Alright, this one took a while, but I'm happy with the direction it's gone in. Just took me a minute. Man, I hate how some of the items are placed on things. Just right at the edge. I don't know if it bothers anyone else. It bothers me. What was that sound? That's usually a bad sound. Am I still live? Okay. Why must it be that way? I bet it's Windows notifying me of something I don't care about. Sorry if you heard that sound. It's just... Still here, okay. Yeah, it's usually the sound of OBS making an error, but it's still recording, it's still streaming, so I don't know. Going to go to bed. What time is it? Oh shit, it's like 7 p.m. y'all. I didn't realize it was that late. Yeah, fair enough. That one just doesn't feel right there. It's too big. Two AM. Yeah, fair enough. Have a good night, Vanna. For some reason, I thought it was way earlier than what it was. Don't know why. If only the frame was the same color, but I think I like this better. Have fun, I always do. I think I'm done with this one anyway. Man, this took a while. But okay, I'm happy with the outcome. This works. I think it has pretty much everything you would want. I can't think of anything else. Oh, do I want it? I guess on the fireplace, maybe some decorations. I don't really have much, do I? You know what? This is the one hotel room that takes fire safety into account. You pay for safety at this hotel. No other hotel room has it. Alright, aroma pot, that's a good option. Do we have anything that's short? Yeah, I mean, that could work. That doesn't matter if it goes up. Alright, I'm happy with that. Yeah, this one took too long, but the outcome is good. At least I think so anyway. I suppose now you can kind of see the difference when I take my time versus me saying I'm only doing this for 15 minutes. I don't know if there's that much of a difference. I guess things are better aligned and more well thought out. I don't know where to take the photo from. It's kind of awkward. Maybe from here. You don't get any more tickets depending on the time you spend compared to Happy Home. I'm getting a new kind of guest room ready, aside from the ones you worked on. Should be ready to launch tomorrow. Interesting. Alright. Have you expanded your shop? Doesn't look it. I'm getting more street lamps. I want more of those street lamps. I can't pick the color, which is a bit of a shame, even though I've customized it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I need to make a little more to get 5. Okay. That was adorable. Your birdhouse, the one you made before, big hit. You're putting red on all the good charts and maps. Oh. Well, thank you. I guess I don't have to make tickets. I probably should, just a little bit. That's nice. It paid for itself. Oh, I forgot to talk to you. I have just a suspicion that talking to her every day might do something. Maybe not. I don't know. I need more iron. Okay, good. It was only one. Yeah, considering you only make 200 per room. Okay, steel flooring. Ugh, more iron. Oh crap, it just turned my ladder into that. Okay, make a replacement ladder. I shouldn't have been able to make that. That's because it used my ladder. There we go. Get back. That would have sucked if I would have gone to an island villager hunting and then I can't actually climb up and get the villager because ladder. Okay, good. There's a couple of clay ones. Okay. This one's 2. Oh, ooh, that, yeah, okay. I mean, some of these, I guess I'm gonna run out of materials eventually. It's only worth 35. That should be worth more. How is... Oh, because it's 2 of them. Okay, I guess. I'd argue, though, that other one used way more materials. Oh, that is a horrible one to do, unfortunately. That's 20 pieces of iron to get 90 tickets. That's not worth it. Right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, nah, I'm not doing that one. I hope they rotate them out after a few days, or if it straight up forces you to make it. I don't know. But that's too much iron to use on one thing. Don't walk that way. Ah, it's the Horned Hercules I need, not that one. I guess that's... It's made it apparent that just getting resources is that much more important now. The problem with iron is there's not really a reliable way to get it. You just have to hope your rocks give you it. Unless you use... But even with Nook Mile tickets, there's no guarantee. I've gone to islands and hit rocks and then you don't get a single piece of iron. This is definitely a hindsight thing. I should have probably been hitting my rocks daily. But I guess there was no way to know that this was going to be a thing. At the very least, I'm going to stay on top of this. I'm not going to hit every tree, but I'll hit the ones that are clustered close together. I don't think I used much wood today. Guess I haven't hit this one. If that rock is there, then I definitely haven't hit it. That was pretty even. But to ask for 20 when in one given day you won't necessarily get 20 is... yeah, that's a lot. I wonder if there's a way to dismiss the ones you don't want to do. Probably not. I think I'm just gonna have to do it eventually. Move. Move. I want to shake the tree. There we go. Hey, Quiet Star. How's it going? Really sick. Oof. Yeah, hopefully nothing serious. I had the flu in November and I wasn't completely normal again until mid-December. I'm doing alright, just doing some work on the island. Getting materials because now that's more important. Alright, work backwards. You're close to recovery, don't know. Weird fact, you sob uncontrollably when you're about to feel better when you're sick. I mean, it's not the strangest thing I've heard someone do. Everyone's weird. Everyone has something. Can't say I've heard that one before, but I've heard things in a similar nature. I guess it's nice to have something as an indicator to know when you're getting better. Oh, this tree's in a awkward spot. I might move it. Did the update come out? It did, yeah, earlier in the week. You need to renew your subscription. Why? The update's free. You don't need to renew a subscription. Oh, because you want to play with a friend. Yeah. Well, that I can't help you with. Especially now that they got all the co-op building stuff. I haven't tried any of that yet, but the hotel stuff's nice. With some good new items. I find it crazy it took them this long to make multiplayer actually fun. I still don't think they've made it fun because let's say you're not into decorating. Then what? They just haven't, I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff you could do in New Leaf that you can't do in this. Can you only decorate? Well, in the Dream Island thing, yeah, there's nothing else you do in it. You terraform a Dream Island. And that's basically decoration. Like, all people do in multiplayer is just fish, catch bugs, look at people's islands. But there's not really anything else to do beyond that, and that hasn't changed. There's no new activity other than, okay, you can go to a dream island and terraform it together. And decorate it together, but there's no activities to do. Can you please move? I lost a piece of wood because of you. Move! Tourists. I think that's one of the things some people were disappointed in with the update, is it's heavily oriented around decorating and building. There's not really mini games or anything else that they've added. It's just that. And if you're not into that, you might not get much out of the update. The hotel thing is literally Happy Home, but a smaller version of it. I'm still trying to get that cut. Wait. To leave your island? And the way I do it, once you see a bubble pop over a villager's head and you talk to them, and they say they want to move out, close the game immediately, and then don't talk to that villager again, and just wait for the bubble to move over the villager that you want gone. Eventually it'll land on the one you want gone. It's still random, but at least it's a more controlled random. You can do that. Yeah, that's how I get all my villagers to move out. Oops. Oh my god, I made it worse. I don't think it's not intentional, it's just a side effect of a particular thing. Of how the game works. But you close out of the game before the game gets a chance to autosave. And then if you never talk to the villager that has that bubble, then technically they never want to move out. And then the next day it just puts it over someone else's head. So you just gotta do that. Hey Trisha, it's going alright. I'm just getting some materials to wrap this up, as the hotel is draining my materials very quickly. So I gotta make sure I don't run out of stuff. Grabbing everything. The one that I guess is going to be difficult to keep replenished is iron. You really want tier, you hope you can get tier. I've been helping people because I have amiibo cards. I'll see if I have it. Hold on. I know I have one of the teacup elephants, I just can't remember which one. Let me see. But I pretty much use the amiibo cards to kick him out. So there's some that I can summon at will. Do I have that villager? Looking through. I swear I had one of the elephant ones, but I don't remember which one. Or I could be confusing it with a rhino. There's somewhere I'm like, okay, I don't remember having you, but sure. Oh, and I have chai. Okay, that makes sense. I have chai, not tea. I think I have 3 more villages to find and I'm done. Everything is lined up the way I want it to be on the 2 islands. It's taken an eternity, but I'm almost done. The last villager hunt I did, I only took 4 tickets and I was very happy with that. Am I out of room? No. Okay. You only need to stop being lazy with your island and do things. Nah. Play it at your own pace. That's the point of the game. Even with my high effort thing that I'm doing, I still probably could have done more. There's some things I'm definitely being lazy with. It's because I play other stuff. I don't have the time. Okay. Do you know what layout you want? You need to cover your island in roses. Hopefully not blue roses. And then you have to make custom art. At least you make yours. I'm browsing most of mine with the exception of a couple that I've made myself. Like the whole fictional grandfather thing. Which I guess I need to get back to. That's the thing I'm being lazy with. I have other ideas, but I just haven't done them. You need a lot of black roses. You're making a horror map. Okay, it's difficult, but not blue roses, I guess. At least that's just red and red, which is not too bad. Once you get a few going, it's not horrible. The easiest way is just get someone else to water them on the daily, but then again, you need the multiplayer to do that. Unless you have someone that can come over with a switch and then water the plants. I'm still working on green mums. Months later. The blue roses are done. I just gotta get more of them. Lunge yourself out of a window if you told yourself to use blue roses. Well, I'm using blue roses. Not just that. I have two islands and I'm making them a mirror image of one another. From a villager and a layout perspective. I have so much more patience than you. You could never. I have selective patience. This is just, I guess, it's an idea that's not what I was going in with originally, but it just became that, and I'm rolling with it. It keeps things interesting. And I can't say I've heard of anyone doing something similar, so it's unique in that regard. Most of the hard work's done, though. The layouts, I've terraformed the island, so they're mirror images of one another. And as I decorate, I've just been replicating it on the other island in reverse. So it's getting there. It's not as bad as I thought it would be. I think the villager hunts have been the most difficult part of it. Maintaining the 2 islands is not that bad. We made a custom outfit on this game. Took over 7 hours to make. We are proud of it. Nice. Like, see, I could never do that. There's plenty of things that you probably have more patience for than I do. I think I've hit these. This whole hotel thing has kind of derailed progress a little though. I should probably go back to progressing the Blue Island a bit. What song am I getting? I need to find out. Just pick one I don't have. Let me bring up the list. I guess I'll work from the bottom. To the Edge? I don't have To the Edge. Alright, I'll get To the Edge. And I gotta make sure I spell it correctly. With the letter casing, otherwise it's not gonna recognize it. G? No. No. Oh my god. Back. Space. I don't know what's wrong with me. Just making sure. Lowercase t in the middle. Capital T, capital E. Okay. I double tapped. I don't know if the hotel thing is going to keep my interest that long. I feel like at a certain point it's going to stop. I don't know how many rooms you decorate in it. But once you have the tickets and everything you want, I don't know. You're not putting much effort into doing the rooms. I'm putting a decent amount of effort, I think. I'm not timing myself, but I've done some decent stuff. There are some unique furniture that you see in the rooms that you don't see elsewhere. I just did one today where it was a bunch of new stuff, and that was pretty cool. I'm not sure if that stuff's available in Happy Home. But this is nice for those that don't have Happy Home. This is a very repetitive song. I wonder what the actual song sounds like. The whistling is nice. Sounds like he's saying nope me. Yeah, a little bit. The cat plushie is cute. Yeah, I like the cat plushie. The toy room and stuff was pretty nice. Oh, come on. I hate that sound. It's down here. So what does this actually sound like? Okay. It's clown fart music. Got it. I was like, oh, this is okay until it started going. Brah, brah. Okay. Having fun doing the Slumber Island, getting to do a whole house with similar controls to Happy Home Paradise was nice. Yeah, it did look nice. I think for me, because I'm already doing 2 islands, I'm like, ah. That's definitely laziness on my part, but it's really nice that those controls are available, that it works more like that. Hopefully whatever's next for this series, that's how they do things for everything going forward. That song reminds you of JoJo Siwa. What, specifically the clown fart? Blah! Blah! The only thing I haven't managed to do is find the Horned Hercules. That's the last beetle that I need to find. I try every day for about 20 minutes, so it doesn't get repetitive and old. But it's the last bug I need to find for this month. So I'll try for a little bit. I know it's not the most exciting thing, but this one is extremely rare. And I've placed all these palm trees to try and increase the odds, but I just haven't had any luck. I think my personal favorite of the patch has been how bad the megaphone feature works on the Switch too. At least for me, it can't recognize my accent properly. It was worth the $8 to get that laugh. Think you need that one too on your southern island. It's a pain. You need a lot of these trees, and even then, it is not very common. You remember when you first saw an Atlas moth in this game, you got curious how big they were in real life. If you saw that fly at you, you'd run so fast. They're pretty, but you're good. I've never seen one in real life. I have, however, so in mainland Australia, we have the European kind of bees where they're small. But on our southernmost state, which is an island state, they have the native bees, which are big, big things. Big and circular, but apparently they're harmless. They're very docile. But I was on a trip there, and I woke up in the morning, was getting coffee, and then one of those fuckers flew at my face, and man, I shat bricks, let me tell you. Because I didn't know what it was. It was just this dark blur flying at me. They can be bigger than a person's head, basically. Yeah, no thanks, I'm good. Have I ever come across a monster spider that actually scares you? No. And that might come as a shock to some, but I stand by this as like, Australia's not that bad at all. Much like any place in the world, every country has its middle of nowhere place where like you get wild animals. And it's the same here. It's like, I've lived in suburbia most of my life. I've never come across a spider that is like Reddit worthy. It's all just normal. Not even one that would send me to the hospital or anything. I did come across a snake, but that I was in the middle of nowhere. And that's no different than being in the middle of nowhere in a country that has snakes. Some chat members have talked about seeing snakes and spiders, and they do that maybe like bi-monthly, maybe. They've probably seen more snakes and spiders than I have in a year. Hell, 5 years. Especially in the case of snakes. You come across a random tarantula, but once you get over the initial shock, it's kind of whatever. I've never come across a tarantula. So there you go. Ah, damn, I thought it was it. It's not it. That's the horned elephant. I need horned Hercules. I haven't come across anything that big. What's that one? Nope. I don't like spiders, so I don't think I'd be okay. Now, speak of the devil, look at that. So this is to scale, then. Wait, I haven't caught that here? Oh my god, I haven't caught that here. Alright, donate that right away. You've definitely had to run away from a water moccasin. Yeah, I have no experience with snakes. Just one time. And cross paths, but then we went the other way. You hate most bugs, but the bugs you hate most of any kind are centipedes. I didn't understand that until I saw how big they could get. I've seen centipedes, but small ones. I haven't seen massive ones. I guess that's good to know, is like this moth doesn't have a mouth and can't eat, and so it just dies, so it's harmless. Still, I wouldn't go near it. Alright, well, I guess this wasn't a waste. I got something I didn't have. I think the most annoying thing that I come across pretty common is just the mosquito. That's pretty much it. Those things do get big here. Not gigantic, but enough to be annoying. And they always go after me first, if given a choice. Come on, give me the other one. I'll try for a little bit more. Ah, that's fine. I don't need that. I've ran into two of those, really, and not one of the others. This is why I hate catching bugs in this game. It's so easy to scare them. And once they're gone, there's no way to bring them back. There's no summon. It's not like fishing where you can use bait. Or the diving where they're plentiful. It's just... you walk around and hope for the best. That's the best you can do. This is the best way to do it, though. Just plant a bunch of these trees and then just use the warp pipe. And just repeat the path over and over again. How close am I to finishing the red-blue project? Can't quantify it, but from a villager perspective, I just need 3 more. So if you say that once every 2 weeks a villager moves out, that's 6 weeks in theory to get all the remaining villagers, and then in that time I could potentially decorate everything. If I was to guess, I can't imagine this going past March. Just guess, but who knows? I haven't planned anything in terms of how it's gonna look. I have loose ideas. That's all pretty much winging it. This whole thing was one island originally. And then it just became this eventually. Who knows, it might become something else by the time this is said and done. I mean, just to give an idea, like this bit here, where it actually has decorations and stuff, and trees and paths and all that, and this dock thing, I mean, that was just 2 days' work. 2 sessions. Could probably guess. If that's 2 sessions, 2 sessions per villager. Multiply that by 2 again. See, we're doing math now. It lines up to roughly March. The one thing I'm torn on is whether or not I'm going to upload this. I'm still on the fence about it. After hearing people getting their islands removed for less. Apparently Nintendo took down a really popular island when the 3.0 patch hit. Because it was adult themed, so yeah, I don't know. Could be a case that I don't upload this eventually. But that was it. I'm not sure how squeaky clean an island has to be for them to not care. Alright. I think a couple more laps and then I think we're good. I think I may have to do this one on my own off stream, just before bed or something, just walk around. I know I said this last time, but I was kind of hopeful that I would succeed by now. Being extra careful with that part. Because I can't see if there's anything there right away. On the bright side, after this bug, I don't think there's one that's as annoying as that one to get. I think this is the most difficult bug to get. Once I have it, that's it. Everything else that remains, it is not that tricky. At least I don't think so. Oh. I think I might move this one. It's kind of in an awkward spot, and I can't see right away safely whether or not... Yeah, I might move it. I think I would genuinely yell if I scared it. That's asking for trouble, that one. We're gonna move this as well. If I move the pipe, it won't scare it. So, move it here. And then just go move the other one. I still can't believe I haven't found this thing. I guess I can place it here. Okay. There's no way I can accidentally scare it now. Even the ones that are available after 11 PM, they are not as rare as this one. Alright, last lap. I'm tired. It's so repetitive. I'm gonna do this off stream, I think. It's just... I can't keep doing this over and over again. Well, I tried. See, that's the other one. That's not it, right? Hang on. I can't see it. That's not the one. I'm pretty sure it's not it. Yeah, it's the Holland Atlas. I feel like that meme of the people digging in the mines and they're just about to hit the treasure and then they turn around and go the other way. Alright, I'm stopping. I'm doing this off stream. How many laps must I do? I've done several hundred laps, and it still hasn't appeared. Not today, but collectively, over the times I've attempted. But I just noted it's been full hours playing this, almost, so that's a good session of this. Alright, if you're watching this later on the VOD's channel, thanks for sticking around to the end. Leave a like if you feel like it, and we'll continue next time.